Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Maestro Jeremy Karp alongside Rough Cut Rick Ruby. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We are here with Interstate 70 Sports Media. I want to thank all of you for tuning in all over social media platforms via our YouTube channel, on X, or on our Facebook platforms. This is a very special, exclusive, unique moment for me because we have AEW All Elite Wrestling. Winter is coming, and it's a two-night show. We have the first night, December 11th, that'll be taking place in Kansas City, Missouri, and of course near my home domain. December 12th will be taking place at the Chaffetz Arena in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, the broadcast of Wednesday Night Dynamite, Friday Night Rampage, and Saturday Night Collision will be encompassing all of this at the same time. Now, I'm excited because with us today is one of wrestling's top female stars. She has been in the business for quite a long time now. She's a six-time PWI top 250 women's, top 250 women of all women's wrestlers in the world. We also have, she is a one-time AEW TBS champion. She's also broke Jade Cargill's undefeated streak back in AEW to win the AEW TBS championship. And there's a few also other interesting things about her I'd love to talk to her about. So ladies and gentlemen, let's just cut right to it. It is my pleasure to welcome to the show the one and only Kris Statlander.
Hello.
Hi, Kris. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you so much. I want to really thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So, first off, I wanted to ask you this, to cut right to the chase, because this is a two-night event here in Kansas City and St. Louis. So I had to ask, how does it feel to come to an area or areas with such a storied pro wrestling history, such as Kansas City and St. Louis?
It's incredible. There's an amazing thing is that it's kind of already a built-in audience. But also you have that pressure of living up to all the expectations that come with a very known wrestling town or wrestling area, I should say. And I think we're gonna live up to the hype.
I was gonna say, lately AEW has been, the talent and the product have been great. Mm-hmm. The attendance has been a subject of a lot of criticism out there. How do you all intend on kind of bouncing back and silencing any and all critics?
I mean, we're just going to do what we can to put on the best show possible. And obviously, anyone that's in the public eye is constantly going to be set up for criticism, no matter what anyone does. And it's just kind of something that comes with the territory. So we'll just, take it and keep improving.
Absolutely. So speaking of, putting the best product out there, you recently wrestled the CEO, as she likes to call herself, Mercedes Moné, at Full Gear in the longest women's match in AEW history. Mm-hmm. What did you take away from your match with, like I said, she calls herself the CEO?
Definitely one of my most difficult challenges, and obviously I did not win. So there's still a lot to learn from that. I don't even think necessarily the length of a match has anything to do with how good it is. I think, we were able to tell a story, and we were able to captivate an audience in a way that I guess people are saying has never been done before. And I am just genuinely proud to have been able to put on that performance. And I'm proud to have hung in there with, one of the best in the world. And hopefully next time it happens, I'm able to come out on top and prove that I am also one of the best in the world.
excuse me. I think for you, one of the biggest traits is your perseverance. We go back to December of 2019, you signed with AEW. Um, but less than a year later, in June, you suffered a left ACL injury.
Yes.
Um, and you came back in March of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Then in August of 2022, you tore your right ACL and meniscus completely.
Yeah.
Um, May of 2023 is when you broke Jade Cargill's streak to win the AEW TBS championship. So, how much, I guess the way I should ask this is perseverance playing a role for you to continue to do what you love in professional wrestling?
I mean, you know, love for the game, as they say, is a big part of it. I think also stubbornness and feeling unsatisfied with what I have done kind of played a big role. And also just being surrounded by a lot of loving and encouraging people that wanted to see me come back and succeed. I think that also really helped. I obviously hated every second of being injured, but I look back on it now and I feel like it's something that I needed to experience in a way in order to get to where I am today. So,
Well, fantastic. While we talked about your journey throughout AEW, you've also made a lot of alliances and enemies along the way. What happened when it came to you joining Stokely Hathaway and turning on Willow Nightingale?
I mean, I think it was a place where maybe I wasn't feeling very successful. It was right after I had lost the TBS title. I wasn't really in my best mindset, and I was looking for some direction. And he was kind of the voice that stuck with me in that time. And I am now currently suffering the consequences of hurting everyone that I cared about. But again, just like with my injuries, this is something that I kind of needed to go through, and I have to deal with it. So hopefully there's a light at the end of the tunnel of this. But right now, I'm just kind of being on my own.
You talk about kind of just suffering those consequences and kind of watching. On night one, um, Mariah May will be taking on Mina Shirakawa for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you feel, both extremely talented wrestlers in their own right, who do you feel is going to emerge out of that match victorious as the champion?
I mean, I am personally rooting for Mina, but I have this gut feeling that Mariah, who's been a little bit unhinged and on top of her game lately, is probably going to stay champion.
I was gonna say, I mean, the thing of it is to me, Mariah May has been on a big hot streak, and
Mm-hmm.
it's almost just that kind of that building that momentum and trying to keep it there.
Yeah,
Basically stopping a train at full speed is not an easy thing to do.
exactly. Yeah, it's hard. Laws of physics. Object in motion stays in motion. So.
Right. Now, we fast forward barely to night two.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Hayter and Lil Nightingale, once again, someone you're very familiar with, are
Yeah.
going to compete for a chance, will compete for a chance to compete at Wrestle Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Now, given your history at AEW, who do you think's got the better chance to represent AEW?
I
That's a
mean,
big step.
yeah, both are incredible options as representation of the company. It's hard to pick between them because they're both such incredibly tough and strong and competitive challengers. I'm going to keep it fair and I'm not going to pick.
Okay. That's totally fine. Sometimes it does get a little hard to
Yeah.
pick. I'm having a little bit of trouble with this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's an interesting couple bit of tidbits about you that not everybody might know. that I do that I find interesting. So I want to kind of get your opinion on this. You had originally trained as a stunt double at Hollywood Stunts in Brooklyn, New York. Kind of
Yeah.
take us through that whole experience.
I would say it was similar and different to wrestling training in a way where, in wrestling, I was not learning how to get hit by cars and how to get set on fire and to jump off of 50-foot tall buildings. But also, I was learning how to fight in both aspects. So, and wrestling, believe it or not, a lot more painful than stunts. So, but training in stunts kind of gave me the fundamentals that helped me be the wrestler that I am today. So I'm very grateful for it.
Well, that is wonderful. I know you have such a busy schedule as you're preparing, and all the amazing talent at AEW is preparing for this fantastic next couple of days. Because it's more than just 2 shows. You got a whole plethora of events.
Yes, this whole
taking
month
place.
is big month for us.
So last thing I want to ask, throughout the show we've talked about your journey through AEW, throughout all the injuries, overcoming them, setbacks. It's basically a ladder story. You get kicked down, but you keep climbing up.
Mm-hmm.
My question to you is, Kris, is as we head into 2025, what is the ultimate goal or some of the goals that you have in store for yourself and for those who are fans of yourself?
I would say maybe wrestle in Japan.
Ooh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I think maybe try again for the AEW Women's World Championship. I haven't challenged for that, I think, in a couple of years. So I think maybe I could try and give that a shot. And let's see. I don't know. Make more fans. Have more people be on my side. That'd be great.
So that is always something that does a lot for the morale.
Yes, yeah. Makes me feel really good about myself.
Well, you definitely got 2 big fans right here, so we're extremely grateful to have you on, Kris. I know you got a lot to get back to, so I just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day, and we hopefully look forward to talking to you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day. Kris Statlander, ladies and gentlemen, here on Interstate 70 Sports Media.